Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2 Meter Crew Antinet. My name's Nick, call signs KN6DAL, and I'm going to be tonight's coordinator. We want to say a big thanks and shout out to the W6VVR repeater and the Vacaville Radio Club, also to our friends at the Freestar Network for the use of their digital connections, and then again to the owners of the WX5NAS repeater system. And also a big thanks to Mike, WG5EEK, Greg, W5GSW, and Brian, KK6BXP, for all their efforts in keeping the connections alive. And before we get too far into this, we just want to take a second and see if there's any emergency or priority traffic before we start. If there is at any point during the Antinet, you can say break with your call sign. We'll clear the air for you for any traffic that you need to share. So let's just see, is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? All right, nothing being heard. The 2 Meter Crew is not an actual club. We're just a group of hams that are enjoying and learning all things that are ham related. There's no dues or fees or charges to be a 2 Meter Crew member. If you're looking for more information, you can visit us at 2metercrew.net. You can also join our Discord group. There is links in the YouTube description for that. This is an open net. It's available for everybody. You can feel free to chime in at any time if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation. And with that, the 2 Meter Crew Antinet meets every Wednesday at 8 p.m., which is 3 a.m. UTC, and we are on the W6VVR repeater. There's also multiple digital connections that you can use to access the Antinet. Echolink is at W6VVR-R. Allstar Nodes 51094 and 512342. Through DMR Talk Group 3174117, also through YSF Reflector 50462, and the Freestar All-Star links are 2195 and 2196, and the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club is linked tonight in San Mateo, California. If you can't join in any of the digital connections, you can also check out our Zoom link. I'll have that posted in the YouTube chat shortly for those of you that would like to join in. The Antinet is also being live streamed here at Northwest Ham Shack, so if you're interested in getting notifications when we go live, you can hit the like and subscribe button and they will come out to you when we are ready to go live. All right, and before we get started, a couple things. So the Freestar Network is doing they're doing a event right now, which is called GODA, which is Gateway on the Air. If you're looking for more information on that, you can visit their website, which is freestar.network, and there's a link right at the top to go to their GODA information page. They have some giveaways going on and ways to log your contacts. And the whole purpose of this is there is in the United Kingdom, you have to have a special license in order to have a gateway, which is like a simplex digital gateway to access, similar to what we would call here in the U.S. just like an Allstar Node connected to a radio. So to support them, we want to try to bring as much traffic as we can to their system. They put a lot of effort into having a linked system that's free for everybody to use and has many different connections that are available. So check out their website, and if you feel inclined to, jump in and have some good conversations. And then also in the YouTube description, I posted a video that just gives a little bit more information and detail on what that's all about. So another big thanks to Freestar for the use of their system every Wednesday night. We really appreciate it. and look forward to seeing how all the contacts go for your Simplex Gateway Get on the Air event. Let's see who we got out there. Anybody who has never checked into the 2 Meter Crew before or is just looking to make a contact, come on in now.
Crickets.
All right, this is Nick, KN6DAL. We're looking for any and all contacts from near and far. Any stations, come on in now. All right, we do have KN6UNE joining for the first time in the YouTube chat. Welcome. I think it's Sav. Thanks for joining in with us tonight. If you have access to any of those digital connections, you're welcome to join in and jump on the air with us. And I'll post links to the Zoom chat here in just a minute for anybody that wants to join. We got a couple people in the chat group now here. Bert, we haven't heard from you in a while. N6EFR, how are you doing tonight? And what's your plans for the next couple weeks? And what are you planning on doing for Field Day?
It's N6EFR. I have been just working. But as far as plans go for the field day and everything, I hope to go out to where is it at Sandy Beach, for the VVR club, and I'll probably be there just like last year, just look around, talk with everybody. I don't know if I'm gonna get on the air, see if I can, maybe a little bit, and then but mostly just to see like everybody's setup really. And then I was talking to Don. This is INR. Can't remember his name now. his call sign. But yeah, I was gonna see how he can get me with some CW and stuff like that, and try to play with his CW setup. Still trying to learn all that. But it's hard. It's still hard. And I've been playing with a little bit of satellite past couple of days. It's like it's just been passing over us. Even at work, I'm like, oh, it's time. I'm gonna go out into the parking lot and just see if I can get something. But it's just like, nope, I can't. I'm like, not set up. N6 EF.
All right, thanks, Bert, for checking in with us. Yeah, it's always fun to go out when there's a lot of people operating and just see what they're doing different. You know, all the little quirks to their station and what works for them. It seems like it's impossible to walk away without coming up with 5 new ideas that you want to bring home and apply to your shack. So, well, cool. I too kind of pulled out the app and started going down the road of training again for CW. So one of these years we'll be chatting it up. Yeah. It's just gonna take some time. So thanks for checking in. KN6DAL here with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're looking for any check-ins, any stations that want to check in. Come on in now.
This is November 9 Zulu India Victor N9 ZIV.
All right, I think I got N9KIV. How are you doing tonight? What's your name and what's your plans for field day?
Yeah, maybe this is better. Hopefully not too hot. Well, probably go to the club, maybe. The local club. We have a clubhouse and grounds and stuff. They usually do field day at. We rent it off, we lease it off the city, for $1 a year, the land, about 2 acres of land, and just way, way back. You can look it up at Victor B, C, Charlie, A, Alpha, R, Romeo, A, Alpha, VCARA, VCARA.org. And I'm the historian. I was the historian. So the history, I researched and did all the history stuff. And that's where they used to have field day at, in a bus. You go down the ground and have field day. And then they got a long time ago, they got it, a clubhouse built there. They leased out the city and built a clubhouse there. You can look it up, the clubhouse, you can see the clubhouse at W9MJL, W9MJL, Many Jolly Lads, on Cura's Head, Cura's either. Inline Zulavi, Dwayne, Urbanana, Zulu, India, Victor.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in with us tonight. We appreciate you coming out. And we're going to see who else we got out on the air. Any other stations want to check into the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net? Come on in now. All right, we got a couple new people in the chat here. We had Sav there for a minute, and he dropped out. And then we've got Edwin. How you doing tonight, Edwin? My name's Nick. Call sign's KN60AL. I don't know if you have a call sign, or if you do, you can just shout it out. We can key you up over the air, so you don't have to do anything other than just talk through Zoom. But we are on the air right now through radio.
Definitely. Thanks, Nick. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I was Sav. I was joining via YouTube earlier. Now I'm joining on Zoom link. Once I figure out how to edit my name, I'll add my call sign up there. But happy to join you guys. I'm a brand new ham. Just got my license, my tech license last week, and was introduced to you guys through I guess a club we have here in San Mateo, California, the Mad Scientists Amateur Radio Club. On their website, they had a link to the 2 Meter Crew. So click the link and was trying to join you guys through the repeater over here, at least listed on the website. Said there was one in San Mateo that could connect, but wasn't able to do it. So that's why I tried to join through YouTube and now Zoom.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for jumping in and joining us. We appreciate it. And I think your call is KN6UNE, right? You got that right? Okay.
That's correct.
I'll log that down. Yeah, that's cool. So tell us a little bit about what got you into radio and how long. You said you just had your license for a week. Where did you get it, and did you take it online or in person? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually was introduced to radio the first time last year during field day. Took my kids to the park and happened to run into the local club here, San Mateo Radio Club, that was at the park, and they had an antenna set up, and they had like display boards, kind of giving general information about radio, and it looked really interested. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go get close and talk. I was a little shy, but I said, screw it, let's go for it, and I did, and I was happy I did, because everyone I met was really nice, and they invited me to jump on the GOTA station. But at the time, obviously I brought my kids to the park, so I had to play with them. But I said, I appreciate the invite, but I'll come back later. And and try it out. And I ended up coming back that night and got on the Go to station, and that's really what sparked my interest. It took me a while to get my license. I think in my head I was planning on attempting to knocking out technician and general in one go. That was my plan in my head, but I never found the time with work and family, kids to actually study to do that. And then with the tech license, I mean, the questions expiring in June, I said, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about studying for general, just going to worry about knocking this tech out. And I ended up passing my test. Took it in person. I decided to take it in person just because I thought I just thought it'd be a cooler experience to do that. I took it at the Half Moon Bay fire station, which is not sure where all you're from, but it's here on the coast in California, in the Bay Area. And yeah, now I'm here trying to learn as much as I can.
Well, that's super awesome, man. That's a cool story. I'm glad that you were able to. That's kind of what field day is all about. You actually, as a club, get additional points for being like in a public location and having visibility to people in order to attract attention to the hobby. And that's like exactly what field day was designed to do, is to pique people's interests and give them an opportunity to kind of learn about the hobby. And yeah, don't sweat the general thing, man. It'll all come in time. There are so many like little mini hobbies within this hobby that you can do, even just with a technician license. So just the main thing is just get a radio, or if you have a radio, whatever you have, just use it, get on the air, program some repeaters. If you have questions, reach out to people. One thing to keep in mind is that one of the natures of this hobby is it's kind of a community learn based thing. So the beauty of that is that you can get with someone that's a general or an extra, and you can operate within their band privileges and learn more about what the advancing does for you, and kind of what you can do with those different license classes. So super cool on you for getting your ticket, and I'm glad you stuck with it. And I hope you find a super great community. There's a ton of active ham radio operators in your area and in the areas that surround you. So I think you'll have a blast. For me, I'm up in Everett, Washington. And so I'm streaming this right now. So we're on YouTube, and we're on multiple different repeaters and digital connections. We've got people literally representing like kind of all corners right now. Dave is in Hawaii right now. And we've got other people in different parts of California, kind of in the Vacaville and in like the Bay Area. So yeah, super cool to have you out here, man. Stick around after the repeater portion has concluded, or the on-air portion has concluded. We just kind of hang out in the Zoom chat and get to know each other a little better. So you're welcome to join on whenever you like.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for checking in with us. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Let's see who else we got out on the air. Any other stations want to check in to the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net? Come on in now.
This is Kilo 4, Bravo Foxtrot Mike, Captain Bob, Florida.
KK4 BFM, all the way in Florida. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Nick Control. This is Captain Bob, KK4 BFM. I'm doing fine. I'm on an iPad running Zello with the voiceover LTE. So, and I'm on a sailboat, which is rocking orbit. So, if I drop out, my apologies ahead of time. Back.
Captain Bob, you're the reason why I love doing this. Just hearing like the wildly unique check-ins that we get from time to time. So you're on a sailboat, rocking back and forth, using digital modes to connect, and you're coming out over many different repeater systems. You're right now on air through Freestar, Allstar, DMR, all kinds of different ways to connect. So it's definitely cool to hear from you. Where are you sailing to or from?
Well, right now I'm in Daytona Beach, Florida, and normally I'll go up and down the East Coast, up to Chesapeake Bay in Baltimore, or I'll go over to Bermuda, the Bahamas, the Key West, and mostly the East Coast. But I have sailed. I've lived out in the Silicon Valley for a couple of years, so I sailed in the Bay, and I've been up to Seattle a couple of times. But mostly I'm a East Coast Atlantic Ocean sailor, and I have a variety of different communication systems on board. But I've lived on land for 70 years, and I lived on my boat for the last 12. So, and I've been around radio since about 1950, 53 or so. Captain Bob, back to net control.
Well, Captain Bob, definitely a pleasure to have you on tonight. Hopefully we hear from you again, and stay safe out there, and stay on the air. So from KK4 BFM, this is KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Looking for any check-ins, any stations wishing to check in, come on in now. Oof. That was all static. All right, I didn't catch a call sign. I heard a break on the repeater. You were pretty much in the noise. If you want to try it one more time.
November Romeo 9 Victor.
All right, I got NR9V. How are you doing tonight?
Good, just hanging out on my couch here at home in San Diego, California. And I got an Allstar Node set up a couple weeks ago, and just been checking out some different groups and so on. Back to you, NR9V.
Well, cool. Thanks for checking in with us from San Diego. I didn't catch your name. What's your name when you come back? And what are your plans for Field Day?
Name is David, and I'm not sure yet what I'm doing on Field Day. There's a few different groups here in San Diego, so might check out one of them at Santee Lakes, which is about 15 miles inland, and maybe something else. Not sure yet.
Well, awesome. I appreciate you checking us out and checking in with us, David. And hopefully wherever you find yourself, it's a ton of fun. We meet here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we have links through Allstar. We're always linked up to Freestar. There's several different repeater systems. Many of us are located in the Vacaville area, and we're connected to the W6 VVR repeater. And so, yeah, you're welcome to check us out every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thanks for checking in with us, David. That was NR9V from KN6DAL. We're looking for any stations anywhere. Come on in now.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, Robert in Sydney.
Well, Robert, it's good to hear you, and good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee in metropolitan Sydney. Won't give the whole tagline. It is a beautiful day here today. It's winter, but it's up to 20 degrees Celsius right now. So and the sun is shining, sky is blue. Beautiful day. We had some days where we got down near freezing last Monday, Tuesday, but we're back in the slightly warmer temperatures now. It's been a cold winter so far. Not much else to share. It's pretty quiet down here at the moment. VK2DY, back to
It's always a pleasure to hear from you, Robert. Thank you for checking in. I know that that the summer field day is kind of an American tradition. Do you guys participate in that at all?
Well, yeah, we have the John Boyle Memorial Field Day, which is on the weekend before the autumn equinox. So that took place back in March. I know some people here try to participate in your field day, but mostly I think you guys are looking for people within North America, so I'm not sure if we're even welcome to participate. VK2DY, back to net.
That's funny. You know, I kind of use every event and contest as an excuse to just make contacts with people. So I could really care less whether I fit the bill for what somebody needs as far as the contact. I just like talking. So my vote is that you're all welcome to join in and utilize the fact that there's lots of people on the air from all kinds of different locations just to grab a contact here and there. So anyway, VK2DY, always a pleasure to hear from you, and thanks for keeping your connections up and running. So we will hear from you again, and let's see who else we've got out there that wants to check in with the 2 Meter Crew Antinet. If that's you, come on in now. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Dave, K6WBY. Tell us a little bit. So you were in Hawaii the last time, or last week, and so tell me about your experience there. We were talking a little bit about that before we started tonight, and I wanted to hear from you before that manta ray behind you ate you. So I'll pass it over to you, Dave.
Great, Nick. Thanks very much. This is K6WBY, Dave, coming to you from Hawaii, the Big Island. I've been here for working on 2 weeks now. And earlier we were talking about the night manta ray dive that we did last night. So it's a pretty fun experience, very unique. The manta rays, for anybody that doesn't know, range anywhere from about 4 feet, which is the one that I saw last night, which is the smallest one I've ever seen, up to about 12 feet. And last night we saw one that was probably 10 to 11 feet. So very large marine animals, and they weigh about 100 pounds per foot. When you do these night dives, the most exciting part about it is, you have an 1,100-pound animal coming right at your face. The mouth is open so large that the entire torso of a reasonably large man can fit right inside the mouth, and you're looking straight down the barrel at this thing when it just glides right over your head and literally parts your hair, makes a U-turn on top of your head, and then goes the other direction. It's just one of the most amazing experiences, and just tons of fun to participate in if you ever have the chance. So we've been doing that and been doing a lot of diving, not a whole lot of radio. However, I have tried to make a couple of contacts while I'm over here. It's always fun to sit and listen to things going on the island, and you get a little bit different perspective. The terrain is very different. You can hear repeaters that are very far away because there's nothing in between, but yet you can't hear the repeater that's just on the other side of the hill, only a few miles away from you, because of that shading effect. So interesting stuff, but having a good time and living the life.
All right, thanks for checking in with us, Dave. It's always I was gonna ask you, because I was hearing you talk, I was like, he's not gonna say anything about radio, so I'm gonna ask him. But I'm glad you were able to get something out there with you and see how it works. I was not a ham radio operator when I went to Hawaii, so I didn't get an opportunity to try that out. But sounds cool, man. You got one more thing to add? Go ahead.
Yeah, also I am planning on going to field day, so to the VVR field day over at the beach there. I'm really looking forward to that, and excited to be a part and just meet some of the people that I've been talking to and connecting with, and it's a great opportunity to not only see a lot of setups and kind of see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong as I kind of expand and grow. I'm really looking forward to seeing all sorts of different ways of doing it, because there is no one way, and see what's working for people, and looking at people operating in modes that I haven't even started to kind of pick at yet. So Edwin, great chance to get out and really kind of see that as well. So I'm super excited about field day, and really looking forward to getting over there and participating in that as well.
Yeah, Edwin, if you're interested, the W6 VVR or the Vacaville Radio Club is holding a field day, and we have a pretty large turnout normally, and we can get you more information if that's something you're interested in going to. And we have some people from the San Mateo area that make the trek up for that too. So if that's something you're interested in, let us know. And you can also get linked up through our Discord. We have a pretty active Discord channel that you can find more information out about stuff as it transpires. So let's see who else we got out there. Any other stations that want to check in to the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net? Come on in now. We also got Frank here in the chat. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. I didn't see your video, so I didn't know if your audio was working, but we'll see here. KG6NLW from KN6DAL. How you doing tonight, Frank?
Let's see, is this thing working? Oh, hi, KG6NLW, it's working, good. Oh, good evening, one and all, from lovely Bakersfield, where it's still hotter than hot should be tonight. But, thankfully, I'm looking forward to a great 3-day weekend after I get home tomorrow. And I better see a lot of postings on the Discord server, and for those of you on Facebook, to my wall, because, no, I'm joking. I'm joking about that part. I don't care if anybody says it or not. Sunday's my birthday. So not only do we get to celebrate Father's Day, it's my birthday. About every 7 years that happens. And so we're going out as a family and taking dad and myself, although I'm doing all the driving and everything, taking my dad and myself out for dinner with the family, go see my siblings, significant other, and do some shopping in Sacramento. But other than that, I've just been so busy and schedules got so mixed up because more people decided to leave the company. And I'll leave it at that. KN6DAL on the Anti-Net, KG6NLW from Bakersfield.
All right. Thanks for checking in, Frank. It's good to hear from you. Sorry I sent you a link on the last minute notice. I was just like, I'm going to pop a link in here for him, make sure you have it. But we don't change the link all too often, so it'll probably work next week. We'll see how ambitious I get. But thanks for checking in, man. This is Nick, KN6DAL. We're looking for any other check-ins for the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Come on in now.
Oh, and I know this is YouTube and Zoom only. I'm not doing anything for field day. I'm going to be working.
I could have keyed it up over the air if I wanted to, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
All right, nothing being heard. I think we'll take one last call here in a second, and then we will move over to Zoom. Anybody that wants to join is welcome to come on in. There is links in the YouTube chat for that if you're interested. Please keep in mind what we talked about in the beginning. We've got the Freestar Network is holding an annual Gateway on the Air. So definitely check that out. Go to their website, show them some love. They've always been very supportive of everything that we've got going on over here. They've been very supportive of the Vacaville Radio Club and of the W6VVR repeater. And they're always looking to just meet new and interesting people. So there's some more information there at the website. Check that out and get on the air. So with that, we'll just see if we got any last check-ins before we move over, and then we'll shut her down. Any last calls for the 2-meter crew anti-net? Any check-ins? Come on in now. All right, nothing being heard. We are going to go ahead and turn all these repeaters and digital connections back to their normal operation. I appreciate all of the unique check-ins tonight from all over the globe. Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend and a happy Father's Day for those of you that are fathers out there. And look forward to hearing some last final plans next week before we get started with Field Day. So until we all meet again, I'll say a big 7-3, and we will see you all next week. Now I'll just press 700 buttons and turn all this stuff off.
Only 700 buttons?
Well, I screwed up a couple times and left Freestar linked, and that can be a problem because Freestar has I mean, the connections are huge. It's just massive. They'll have 150 connections going on, and they're all over the world, and then they'll have a net that has 50 plus check-ins, and it makes it really hard for all the other repeaters that are connected to have any kind of traffic because it's being taken up. And so it's kind of on a honor system where Nick has to remember to disconnect everything.
Hopefully it wasn't one of the times when Servando was on, or Connor for that matter.
No, it's usually just when I forget because I got in the middle of doing something. But that's cool. Well, Edwin, cool, man. I'm so glad you came out and checked in with us. One of the ways that we kind of started was like just getting people excited about radio, man. I mean, just like bare bones. That's pretty much what we're about. We're not experts at anything. If we have to pretend we are, sometimes we'll try to pretend, but it's all just kind of test and learn, man. It's just having fun. We all feed off of each other and get ideas on different things that we can do and different projects we can get involved in. But the main thing is you found a really cool place where anybody's willing to help you. If you ever have any questions or anything you're trying to figure out, or you just want to know if there's something you can do or whatever, that the Discord chat is a really good way to go. I don't know if you're hooked up there yet, but that's a really good place to just pose a question, and you're not going to get the standard Facebook 700, didn't you read the manual answers, because we don't do that. It's just if you got a question, you got a question, and we're there to help. So I'm glad to hear you are part of the hobby, buddy.
Cool, appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely jump on that Discord. The links on your website, is that right?
Well, I don't have a website, but the 2metercrew.net website has a link to the Facebook. Or if you like, everybody just kind of pitches in here. The only thing I really do is just like stream is just stream it on YouTube and then do the Zoom, and we all just kind of come and go as we want and hang out. It's just like a Wednesday night party.
Gotcha. So where can how can I sign up through Discord?
Do you have Discord like on your phone or anything like that?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Let me just post it on I'll post it in the Zoom chat here and you can copy it.
Okay. Thank you.
It is a great resource, and there's a lot of great questions that other people are asking, or things that come up. And if you ever ask a question, you're going to get several answers that are helpful as well. I've definitely found that. Another thing about this group, I mean, this is kind of a slow night. There's usually more people participating, but I found all sorts of great little tidbits and just different things about how to be a better operator, software, different apps that can help me with, kind of what I'm doing. I'm not as good as Servando with being able to, I haven't used hammers on my laptop in some time, but I couldn't get the call signs in and figure out how to get that going, but I can enter them on my phone. And so just little tools and tricks that are hard to stumble across, and you have to do, a lot of research, and they just come out constantly, in this group every Wednesday night. Little things that are big helps to, what you're doing with the hobby. And it's kind of the shortcut to the better way to do it, which is what I really enjoy about the group, other than the humor and the fun.
I had to ask Servando too for help with the line. I was like, Servando, come on, man, what is going on with this app you love? And he's like, no, you got to do this. And I was like, oh.
It's great. I mean, that Hammers is one of the best apps that
I love
I've come across.
Yep.
And during the last field day, when I got set up and I was doing some operating out of the backyard, I think it was field day. There was definitely a contest going on, and so I actually logged some contacts. And I mean, I was making contacts just on my 991A with my buddy pole, like just the most hack setup. Nothing really planned or done right. And I was talking to people on the East Coast. I pick up that guy in Brazil, a guy in Hawaii, and they were all looking for the contest contacts. And so it got me some quick experience there, and I logged them all into Hammers, and I was able to upload it when I was done, so to help them out with their count as well. And I found out about that just the week before or 2 weeks before that event was going on. So lots of great stuff going on there. And the other thing that I wished I would have known when I took my technician's license before I went back and got my general is apparently 75% of the questions are the same questions. So if that stuff is still fresh in your mind, and you can find a little time to carve out to push through that book, and then hop on the the apps and start doing those test prep questions, you could probably sail through that the general a lot easier if you do it when it's still fresh in your mind. I remember after going back almost a year later to get my general, I'm like, dang it, I wish I would have done this when
Closer,
right after
so it was
I'd
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was definitely fresh.
They are very similar. And then you don't really, it doesn't change all that much until you get to extra, and then the extra class is a little bit more challenging. But the biggest kind of bang for your buck, to be honest, is that from tech to general. If HF is something that interests you, you're gonna obviously at some point want to upgrade to general. But man, there's so much stuff to do. Like after I got my general, I went back and started doing like stuff that was like technician based stuff, just because I was learning it all. We all learn at different rates.
Yeah, no, definitely. I had heard also that the material was somewhat similar, so that's why in my head my goal was to try at least to knock them both out, and just never found the time to get around to studying the general material. I did end up taking the general test. They did give me the option there after I passed the tech to just take the general and see what happens.
How close?
Ended up getting 17 out of 35, which I was surprised I even got that much. There was definitely probably some lucky guesses in there, and that was probably some of the 17 was lucky guesses. But yeah, no, that's probably good advice. I don't know, like you guys said, I have so much to learn that I don't know how soon I would get into it. HF, but I think that's good advice that now that it's fresh, it'd be a good idea to try to get back and at least get that license soon. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna join that Discord. I have so many questions right now that I don't plan on asking any soon. I don't want to blow up the chat with all of these questions, but
No,
I'll
dude,
probably
you're
just
fine.
maybe
You're
ask
fine.
one in here, ask a couple here and there, and also just learn from what other people are posting and
You
and
can
asking.
direct message any of us too. If you see any admins on that page, you can just message us and we will help you with whatever you need, man. That's what we're there for. That's what it's all about. Like we literally live for this, like to help new people learn. That's like it's the coolest thing. What kind of radio do you have?
I got a Yaesu FT60.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect to start.
I actually
out with.
got.
You're good.
Yeah, I got two of them. I got one, and then I ended up randomly going into a Goodwill and finding another one for $8. I think someone turned it in and didn't know what it was.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Them
Those are
employees
always the best finds.
yeah, they I'm sure the employees had no idea what it was and saw like I don't
We
know.
hear
Probably got to
about
try to
that
get it
stuff
to
all
work.
the time, man. All the time. I know a guy that bought a Signal Link at a Goodwill for I think it was like $3, and they're $100, you know, to buy a Signal Link. And that's a tool for it's like a digital to analog audio interface. It's and it's for radios that don't have certain things built into them. But you just don't find that stuff very often. So that's super cool that you found that.
Yeah, no, it was a lucky find, but yeah, I'm gonna try to learn as I go, and then once I learn more, I'll kind of have a better idea of where I want to go from here, right? Whether I want to go to what digital radios. I mean, I'm still learning about digital radios, but I know there's different types of digital radios, DMR, and what Wires X, I think, or I'm not sure of all of them. Allstar, Echolink. I got to learn about all of them and I guess figure out which radio I'd want that would be able to connect me on the different ones, and then eventually get into HF. But taking it one step at a time.
Anything you can come up with to ask, man, there is somebody in that Discord group that has the answer or can get you pointed in the right direction, or can at least convince you that you don't need to know the answer. No, it's super cool. Great group of people. But yeah, so when are you coming home, David?
Monday.
So
I arrive home on Monday.
So you can't. So you're leaving. So you can't dive on Saturday, right? Friday.
I cannot dive on Sunday.
You can't dive on Sunday.
Yeah, so I'm diving tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday night again. We're gonna go see the mantas again, hopefully on Saturday night, and then take Sunday off, and then Monday we fly out. 24. I think really it's only like 16 or 18 hours is the minimum safe time before you can dive or before you can fly after you dive. But with 24 hours, you're definitely more than safe.
Yeah. It just kind of depends on your at depth limit. Like how long have you been at depth, and that's things to realistically consider. I mean, if you did a shallow 30-foot dive for 30 minutes a day before I mean, you could probably safely get in a plane. Not that you would, but that's a lot different than you were down at 85 feet for 2 dives.
Yeah, exactly. And Saturday night is going to be, you hit probably 65 or 70 feet on the first dive, and then for that manta dive you sit a little bit deeper, probably like maybe 35-40 feet you're sitting on the bottom, a different spot. So you build up a little more nitrogen gas and whatnot. But yeah, that'll be diving from now till the last minute, and then I'll be heading home, so get it all out of my system while I'm here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's sunset around here.
Sunset.
Yeah, I know, Dave. You're 3 hours behind us. You still got plenty of light. But no, in Bakersfield, the saying, is it pew pew or fireworks? The world may never know. That rings true.
Oh, that's got to be a fun place. I broke down in Bakersfield. I was going to help move a friend from Big Bear, and I was driving my truck down to Big Bear to help him move. And I had the truck serviced literally the day before I left on this trip, and the Yahoo they had, working the service rack overfilled my transmission, and it blew up on right where I-5 and 99 meet. It foamed the oil and the transmission overheated, and I had to slam on the brakes in that little wedge because I couldn't coast to the shoulder. And so I had I-5 on one side and 99 on the other side. And we sat there for over 4 hours waiting for the tow truck to.
Let me guess. It was middle of summer too.
It was summertime. It was June. It was probably about this time of June. It was terrible, hot, miserable. You couldn't open the door. You couldn't open the window. You're just sitting there roasting in the truck, waiting for a rescue. And then my friend had to drive down from Big Bear to pick us up. So we sat in the Denny's, there in Bakersfield for another 4 hours waiting for him to get there. It was awesome time. We love that town. It's great.
Oh yeah, it's great. Oh. But no, last like 5 minutes every couple, like every 30 seconds or so, you just hear poof 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 poof.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Will, how you doing?
Good. I was glad to make it this week. I've been so busy and went through a big refinance for our house. We're going to split our property probably and sell our main house. But just listening here, I came in and never dove with rays, other like maybe some stingrays with 3 foot across or something back east. But I was certified in 1984 and started wreck diving the next weekend and went up. I did assistant instructing and stuff back east, and but obtained my dive master and was in charge of safety and everything of all the divers on the dive boats, which was pretty cool. So, but I'm in this beautiful state, and I haven't even dove officially once.
We were actually talking earlier about Monterey, and there's some cool opportunities there. You can night dive there, and the seals will follow you around. They're like dogs. They'll follow you around and use your light to get stuff off of the ground. So that's fun to do.
Oh, so you're feeding them, right? They're smart, so they know. I did night diving in quarries back east. I think I've done a couple wreck dives, night diving, and then did night diving in Cozumel and things like that. So that was night diving is always pretty cool. On the amateur radio side, I finally got my inverted V tuned pretty much for 40 meters. I acquired that equipment I think I talked to you about a month ago, the silent keys equipment, a bunch of old tube stuff, some boat anchors I had to acquire in order to get the good stuff, a little Tentec QRP radio, an R4020. I got a couple little things. I got a realistic HT, repaired the battery in that. But I did fire up my Yaesu's FT757GX. Literally, I thought it was dead because the meter was reading backwards, reverse, and I didn't even know how to set the power in the thing. It was kind of crazy. It's like, get out the manual. You've been out of ham radio HF for a while when you got to get at the manual out for your radio. But other than that, I've made a few QSOs on 40 meter lower sideband and been practicing my code more. So I think I'm ready to go on the air with my code. So probably be like a novice with that.
That's awesome.
Maybe catch you guys for field day, shoot up that way.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That's awesome. Well, hey, I'm gonna say 7.3 to YouTube, and we'll be on Zoom here for just a little bit longer. For those of you that want to join, thanks everybody for coming out tonight, and we will see you all next week. 7.3.